Hi, I'm Pankaj Gupta. In today's video, we are going to explore three segments of stock market: cash, future, and options. So everybody knows about these three segments, but I think there are certain illusions or certain doubts amongst people as to which segment is better suited to their investment or trading requirements. So I will make an effort today to educate my viewers by explaining pros and cons of these three segments and help them decide which segment they want to operate in. So we will explore these three segments on four accounts, that is what is the which is margins, their ROIs, their risk profile, and their time horizon. So I think these four parameters are very important parameters to examine before actually we decide which segment we want to operate in. So let's start with the first one, which is margin requirements. Now this simulation shows margin requirements in these three segments if we want to buy one lot of Nifty. So the highest margin requirement is in cash segment, which is around 10.6 lakhs, and the lowest margin requirement is in option buy, which is around 40,000. So just to explain, if you want to buy Nifty in cash, you can't buy it directly. You will have to buy a ETF, and the most popular ETF is Nifty Bees, which is trading at around 213 rupees, and its one unit is equivalent to 100th unit of Nifty. So you will have to buy 5,000 units of Nifty Bees, which will be equivalent to one lot of future or options of Nifty. So if you want to buy cash, you will have to shell out 10.6 lakhs. If you want to buy future, you will have to shell out 1.1 lakhs. And if you want to sell a option, uh, you will have to shell out 1.36 lakhs. And for option buy, it will be around 40,000. So these are the margin requirements. Now these margin requirements will keep on changing because these are decided by exchanges depending upon market scenario and volatility in the market. So if margin requirement changes, they will change across the formats, but there won't be much impact in cash segment, because here the margin paid is being the total value of the contract. But in future and options, there will be certain changes depending upon market scenario. But trend is going to be the same. Option buy will always have a lowest margin requirements, and cash segment will always have the highest margin requirements, and future and option sell will fall in middle category, and their margin requirements will always be more or less equal. So that's about the margin part. Next point, what's the ROI? Supposedly we have taken a long position and we see a 200 point upside in Nifty. So this table again shows ROI in all the three segments. So cash segment has the lowest ROI. It will naturally be the lowest because the margin requirements in cash segment are the highest, and option buy will always have the highest ROI because the margin requirements are the lowest in option buy. So in cash, you get, for a 200 point move, you get around 1%. In future, since margins are little lesser, you get around 9%. Option sell, you get around 7%, and option buy, you get 25%. Now these so cash, okay. Now in this option, in cash there will not be any changes. You will get equal, your P&L will be equivalent to Nifty's move, whether 200 point, 300 point, or 400 points. But in future and options, there can be slight changes because of certain other factors, and for a given move of 200 points in Nifty, your actual P&L may not be 200 points, it will be little more or little lesser. That we are going to discuss how it will be different from cash. Now in cash, so we discussed no ifs and buts. Nifty moves by 200 points, you get 200 points. In future, the factor which will affect your P&L is future premium. So your P&L will get hit by the shrinkage in premium of futures versus Nifty spot. Supposedly you took a position when futures were operating at a 100-point premium, and when you squared off your position, the premium got shrunk to, let's say, around 50 points, 70 points. So whatever is that shrinkage in future premium, that will eat into your profit. So against a move of 200 points, you will end up making little lesser. So there can be, exceptional scenarios when future premiums go up, and you may actually end up making even more than 200 points. Similar is in case of options, because in options, option Greeks play their role. So as far as delta is concerned, we have taken a deep ITM option so that the price movement in the options reflect actual movement of Nifty. But other Greeks, mainly theta and vega, they will also play out, and there are certain second and third level, third degree Greeks also, which play their part in option pricing. So again, against a given move of 200 points, option, whether it is a buy or whether it is a sell, your actual return will not be exactly equal to 200 points. It will vary. You may actually get maybe 160, 170 points, or you may even get little higher, maybe 220 to 30 points. Difficult to put a number, but one thing is very clear: when you trade or when you trade in options, the returns will not be linear to Nifty's move. Next point, risk profile. So we know cash and future are unlimited risk segments, because we have taken a position and these are naked positions. So risk, or let's say profit or loss, will be equivalent to Nifty's move. Even in option sell also, this is again an unlimited risk segment where you can lose depending upon how much Nifty has moved against your view. But option buy is the only segment where we can define what is our maximum loss. So in current example, our maximum loss, or in any example, our maximum loss in option buy will be limited to the option premium we have paid. So, and profit can be unlimited depending upon whatever move Nifty has made. So that's about risk profile of all these three segments. So time horizon. Now cash, there is no time horizon, so you can hold your investment or your position till the time you want. But future and options, they are expiry driven contracts, so you will have to square off your position by the end of expiry, so, and take a fresh position. So there is a time factor which plays a role in terms of cash, future and option segment. So that's all about these pros and cons, or let's say different sides of these three segments. Now what are the key differences? So all these three segments will always vary in terms of margin and ROI. So option segment, your ROI will get affected by virtue of option Greeks. all these three segments have different risk profile. So three segments have got unlimited risk, and option buy has got limited risk profile. So they cannot be applied to same time horizon. So cash has a different time horizon, and future and option you are expiry driven. And last point, which I have not explained in detail, there are certain differences in expenses or trading charges also, which can be checked on any broker's website. So cash will always have a highest charges ratio, and options will have a little lesser, and option buy will have the least one, and future and option sell will all again be a middle one, and their charges will be more or less same. So that's all about how explaining these three segments. So these are the, I mean, different dimensions of these three segments. Hope this will help you in deciding which segment you want to operate in. So that's all. Any queries and questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you. Thanks for watching.